Hello! It is now Wednesday, 7 p.m., and time for Nana to start her games. Welcome to NanaCritter, where a nerdy grandma, aka NanaCritter, plays video games. It is now season 4, and my awesome daughter and I are playing Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney.
Yeah!
Yay! And this is our last episode in 2024.
Yes.
Yes. So I will be off. We will be off the next 2 weeks, and then we will be back.
January 8th, is that correct, I believe?
Yes, I will look.
Yeah, I mean, the next 2 weeks is the 25th and the 1st, so the 8th would be the next Wednesday after that.
We will be back January the 8th. So, yes. Yay. All right. Okay, it's getting exciting. We had some super fun fingerprinting fun. We also had the... shoot a bug. What was the type of the scientific formula that Emma had?
Oh, yeah, where you
could see any blood splatter. I forgot what that's called.
Yeah.
Like luminol.
I forget too, but
like luminol or something like that.
Yeah, that you can spray and see that there's some blood left over there. That you chat helped out with that too.
So we got to do that, and then everybody. Wait a second. Edgeworth.
Huh?
Edgeworth kind of like, they took the investigation out of his hands, so he's kind of like, I don't care.
Yeah.
So he gave us some great fingerprinting tools. So we got to have fun with fingerprinting powder. That was so much fun.
Yeah. There'll definitely be some more, for lack of a better term, gimmicks in the trial ahead. So.
Oh, yay. Okay.
Hopefully you'll enjoy those just as much.
So,
I say those, I don't know if it's multiple. I can think of one thing in particular.
Okay. So again, before we go to gameplay, you guys, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Whatever you celebrate, I just hope you have a wonderful, wonderful time with family, loved ones. Lots of good food, lots of good fellowship, lots of fun games, all that good stuff. And as you can see, I'm all festive, including my headband.
Yay!
From my headband to my earrings to my thing. All right.
You can't see me, but go ahead and if it makes you happy, assume I look festive. Because you can't see if that's the truth or not. So just imagine it if that's what you like.
Okay, I'm imagining. So wait.
Also,
so what can we imagine?
I would say let's say we're matching. So
okay, we're matching. Okay, so you have a headband and earrings and all that good stuff.
I mean, not matching like completely, but complementary. You know?
Okay. All right, sounds good. Oh, and
that's definitely the case.
Oh, and a light up sweater. I love it.
Yes, a reindeer headband, light up sweater. I also have a little red nose on the tip.
And you know what? I almost wore my ugly sweater, but that I wore for Ugly Sweater Day. But this is what I wore today, and I don't know. I like it. It's pretty festive, so I figured to do that. Yay!
That's actually the sweater I'm wearing. Your ugly sweater, and I put lights on it.
It's got a hood that makes it be like this tree. Oh, it's really ugly. I might bring it back.
I don't put the tree up because I have the reindeer horn, so it'd clash a little.
To do. Okay. I may not wear it, but I may bring it to show after break. You know, just because let's put it this way. It's so funny. It's so funny because I've gotten some compliments on it and I'm like,
but and you're like, no.
Because when I bought it at Target, by the way, shout out to Target. No, I bought it and I was like, I bought it with other Christmas things. I got to tell this quick Christmas story. Sorry. So I bought it with a lot of other like Christmas tops and earrings and shirts. And then I'm like, I don't want them to think I think this is cute too. Because it's like, then they're kind of like, well, I thought she had good taste, but then this came along. So I just said, just so you know, I'm buying this one for Ugly Sweater. I don't really think it's cute. And
that's so funny.
The checkout person did say, oh, yeah, it is kind of, anyway, so, you know. But yeah, so.
That's so silly.
Alrighty, let's go to gameplay.
Let's do it.
All right.
Time for another trial.
We get to continue. Woohoo! All right, I don't remember where this is going to put us, so I'll just be...
We finish investigating, so it's going to be another trial day.
We're going to be in the court. Okay. All right. Whew. Let's
do it.
Let's do it. All right. Yep. You were right, as always. February 24th.
Well, you know.
February 24th, 9:41 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 2. I got to start looking at these security guards and seeing if they're identical and the painting.
I think it's the same background every time.
Do you think it is? Okay, because it'll say different lobby numbers. So
I'm pretty sure they just use the same picture.
Okay, but I do want to see. Okay, so I want to make a mental note. It's this bridge with this kind of sunrise. There's this tree here. And then these two guys look like they could be twins, kind of their haircuts. We'll see.
They look equally nondescript, yeah.
Yeah. All right. We shall see. Of course, it may stay in this lobby this whole trial.
Why would it be? Oh, you mean like they might not go to a... Anyways.
Right. It may stay the same lobby.
So, what do you think, Mr. Wright?
I think the prosecution is as confused as we are. After all, the victim was murdered.
Nope.
Oh. Wait.
Tag changed.
Whoa. Wait. Okay.
That's the sister.
I don't know. Okay, hang on.
It's been a little bit, but you
That's
can
right.
do it.
The victim was murdered in 2 different places at the same time. And a different suspect was arrested at each of the crime scenes.
Lana?
Good morning, Mr. Wright. I apologize for yesterday. I was indisposed. I hope they didn't hold you too long for questioning. We just finished, actually. I'm used to all-nighters, though.
So, how'd it go?
It's as Mr. Wright suspects. The police are clueless. I figured as much, so I struck a plea bargain.
A plea bargain? What do you mean by that?
We agreed that if I told them the truth behind this simultaneous murder, they wouldn't seek capital punishment. That's what I mean, Emma.
But Lana, don't tell me you...
Much to my regret, I'm as much in the dark about this as they are. Ms. Skye? We found trace evidence of a certain person in the police department's evidence room. They belong to Officer Jake Marshall. What kind of trace evidence? Bloodstained fingerprints, to be exact. That's the trump card I have up my sleeve today. You do understand what this means, don't you?
In order to defend my sister, you're gonna accuse Mr. Marshall?
We have to play the cards we're dealt. Isn't that right, Ms. Skye?
Or give up gambling.
Do what you have to do, Mr. Wright. You're not seeing me, but I changed my whole demeanor when I switch characters. Just FYI.
I see. You're trying to get into it.
Yeah, especially since, anybody watching this, especially since, sometimes you just have reactions like the exclamation mark and whatever.
Sure,
yeah. If I just sat there normally, it's like, how would you tell? I changed characters, February 24th, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 9. No, wait.
I'm sure Chad appreciates you putting effort into that.
Thank you. Never mind. This is a courtroom. I was like, oh, it's a different number, but it's the courtroom.
I like that this is your new little obsession.
Oh my gosh! Okay. I gotta say something. I just saw my profile. As Phoenix.
This is the first time you've noticed that?
I don't know if I've ever noticed that. And I do from the side, I look like an anime spiky-haired character. Oh, that's so
You
funny.
are an anime spiky-haired character.
But I didn't see myself as that. You know? I seriously, I don't know why I never really noticed
Other
myself.
characters have made fun of you being pointy hair.
That is so funny. Oh my god. Well, okay, here's the thing real quick. I see me from the front, which, isn't that anime looking to me. But this was like full-on chunky spikes is all I could see in the profile. And he just has one hand kind of leaning on there. Oh, that's so funny. I can't believe I've gone this many
I can't
episodes
either. We've seen that so many
myself.
times.
Seriously, I don't know where my eyes
So
have been
funny.
looking in that. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Now I'm going to be watching for myself, and I'm going to be watching for Edgeworth and anybody else, because now I just really kind of honed in on myself. Oh, that's so funny.
Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Skye.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution is...
I'm afraid you'll have to clarify.
It takes 30 minutes by car to reach the police department from the prosecutor's office. Yet the victim, Bruce Goodman, was slain at both places at the same time.
But that's not physically possible, is it?
Come on, Judge. What do you think? Like, why are you even asking this question? Sure,
He's just trying to understand.
Possible, right?
What's more, I hear the victim from the evidence room just disappeared.
Yes, and the body eventually reappeared in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car.
Wow, this is one messed up trial.
One of my duties as prosecutor is to present impartial evidence.
Your first statement was a little bit more accurate.
It's not a
Edgeworth.
Freudian slip. Sometimes
I think it
people just make
was.
mistakes.
Okay, sure.
Sometimes.
Sure, buddy. Yeah.
Right. Today I will present evidence relating to the murder at the police department. In so doing, I believe the way in which we should proceed will reveal itself.
Now that's what set Mr. Edgeworth apart. He sounds so on top of things. Besides that slip-up. But it wasn't Freudian.
All right, Emma, thanks a lot for just taking his side on everything.
She's his little cheerleader.
Even though he doesn't know what's going on himself.
And that's supposed to be an admirable trait, really?
Yes.
Very well. Let the trial resume. On the day of the crime, what exactly transpired at the police department? Does anybody even know? Mr. Edgeworth, you may call your first witness of the day to the stand.
For its first witness, the prosecution calls the suspect of the murder that occurred at the police department.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, it's time.
The suspect? You mean the so-called murderer? Okay.
See them?
Okay.
You see
Oh
them?
yeah. Now I see them. And oh my gosh, Edgeworth looks so funny. He looks too puffy from the side. Like he looks like
They're like little versions because they're far away.
so funny.
Will the witness please state his name and occupation?
Yes, sir. I am Officer Meekins, sir. My occupation is that would be murder, sir. Oh my gosh, really?
Why can't this ever just go smoothly for me?
So you're telling us you're a professional killer?
Sir, it was me, sir. I'm the one who did it. I'll never kill anyone again, sir. You've got to believe me, sir.
Actually, what?
Sir, what would you call part of the younger generation, sir? A person whose actions adults can't possibly comprehend.
Please, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Help me, sir.
I have a migraine again already. Officer Meekins!
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
give us your report of the crime. Consider that an order.
Yes, sir, as you wish. After all, I am part of the generation that must be told what to do, sir.
Could I tell you to talk quieter?
You can't fault him for a lack of enthusiasm.
Sorry, am I reading this? Never mind.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to read the crime report, sir,
Okay,
if you don't want, but...
Oh. Crime report, sir! Although it's not my normal duty, I was assigned to guard the evidence room that day. And I will try to talk a little bit quieter. I try. I spotted a suspicious man on the security screen and rushed into the room. I was only doing what I was trained to do, sir. I was suddenly attacked. I fought for my life. Then I did it. After that, I passed out until another officer smacked me awake.
He's such a pathetic little guy. And by little, I mean very tall guy.
So, the victim, Detective Goodman, attacked you.
Do unto others before they do unto you. That's the Meekins family motto, sir.
Oh.
I see. Then you fainted and a colleague helped you regain consciousness?
Yes, sir. He knocked me upside the head, sir.
Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. What I need here is more information to work with.
All right. Let's get to pressing.
Mr. Meekins, you worked in the General Affairs Department, do you not? Or you work in the General Affairs Department?
Yes, sir. I'm in charge of hiring new recruits, sir.
Yikes. There's a scary thought.
Evidence transferal was taking place on the day of the crime, which meant many officers were given special tasks not ordinarily performed.
I was in charge of guarding the Blue Badger, sir.
The Blue Badger?
Yes, sir. The lovely police mascot created by the Chief of Detectives, sir. Oh, no. Oh, no. I was sure it wasn't broken during the transfer.
No, I was to ensure.
Thank you. Correction. I was to ensure it wasn't broken during the transferal process. That was my sole mission for the day, sir.
You made us have to
we're all
watch
just
that.
like...
I see. Sounds like a very, important mission.
After the award ceremony finished that day, there were so many people running around that I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room.
Oh, so that's why you went to the evidence room.
And tell us, what did you see when you got there? Let's press them. Let's press.
In order to enter the evidence room, you need an ID card, am I correct?
Precisely, sir. I have one here around my neck.
So then, your ID number should be listed on here, right?
Which one is he?
There it is. I found it. This is the one right here.
Could you please read us the number?
Yes, sir. It's 4989596. That's my number, sir.
I see, but the number
4989596 is shown as being used twice.
Please explain, witness.
It's no real mystery, sir. The first time is when I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room. And the second time is when I went to go get him after everything settled down.
I see. So it was during that second time when...
Yes, sir! That's when I spotted the man on the security screen.
ID card record. IDs of all who entered the evidence room on 2/21.
Data added to ID card record. Okay.
Hey, we're learning stuff, you know?
So,
It's funny that you sigh every time, though.
I know, I know.
He exhausts you, it
I
seems,
know.
right?
I feel like, as Phoenix, as everyone in the court, it would... Okay, because here's the way I'm playing him. It's kind of like if someone has that much energy coming at you, it's exhausting. It's like exhausting to be around someone like that. And it's like,
Agreed.
Oh my gosh. So
I like it.
So you were attacked. Can you please tell us exactly what happened to you?
It was a knife, sir! A knife!
Detective Goodman pulled a knife on you? What happened then?
Well, with me charging in on him like that, he looked as surprised as I was. You weren't exactly the kind of person someone would want to run into. No offense.
Too true.
I mean, kind of like,
None of us want you to be here now.
That's when I reacted, sir. I swung my arms like an octopus struggling to detain him. That's how I got this gash on my hand.
Maybe if you just kept your cool, your hand wouldn't be...
When I saw the blood trickling down my arm, I panicked. I grabbed the man by his collar. I know. I'm also being wild or whatever with my... And I also try, and you don't get to appreciate this, Danica, but but like I like to, like whenever I go, sir, I try to salute whenever I...
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's a special treat for chat.
What exactly do you mean when you say you did it?
I know I don't look the type, but I'm really into kung fu films,
Oh my
sir.
god. I forgot.
The man let his guard down for just an instant, so I snatched his knife from him.
I don't think that's standard police procedure is to do kung fu.
Yeah.
You took his knife? Look how I'm like looking. I'm like...
Yeah.
I spun him around and performed a disarming maneuver. I made sure to close my eyes like a man.
What a line. I made sure to close my eyes like a man.
See. He must have been desperate.
The next thing I knew, his white coat was drenched in a sea of my blood, and then the next thing I knew...
Yes?
He punched me right in my face, sir! Sorry, I'm not that... I don't know. At this point, I honestly don't know whose fault the murder is, because it's like... Well, I think he came at him with a knife? Okay. So maybe the other guy came at him with a knife, but then all this...
He's saying that he asked him for ID, I think.
Okay.
Then in response, the guy came at him with a knife.
Okay. So it's like, otherwise,
I think, as annoying as he is, I don't think the knife was warranted.
Right, exactly. Because he asked for the ID. He did speak, but,
Yes.
he didn't speak, I don't think, a lot yet. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you saying if he had spoken more, that a knife would be warranted?
No, but you can see why someone would feel so exasperated, like, shut up, or I will. No, sorry.
This is what he was telling us yesterday.
Well, we need to try and skim for more details from him, for starters. What was an officer from the General Affairs Department doing in there in the first place?
Right, let's press him for all he's worth.
Yeah, but remember, we have to listen to the responses. But yeah, you're right.
Did you press that last one? No, you are.
I think so. What do you mean?
Didn't we do this one?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Oh, then continue.
I mean, I don't think. Oh, sorry, I don't think so.
Well, yeah, then read it.
Yeah, Mr. Meekins, you work in the General Affairs Department, do you not? Yes, sir! Oh, maybe I did.
No, yeah, we did do this.
Okay.
So skip through this.
Okay, yeah. Okay, sorry. Correct.
Did you,
Okay,
go... I feel like you did it on all of them, but maybe you didn't do it on the last one?
Oh. Well, yeah, okay, yeah, so like... Okay, so...
Oh, no.
I know.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Okay.
Because, looking at the
what
guide, it seems like all
happened?
you have to do is press on everything.
Yeah, I thought I did, so maybe did I start over again?
Oh, maybe you accidentally
just
clicked
start
instead of
over?
pressing on the last one.
Okay.
Yes, we started over again, but I feel like you
Okay.
did everything else. My guess is the last
no,
one.
Okay.
All right, so
Oh, gosh.
so continue,
Okay, wait.
continue
So I
on.
was switching out. I was only doing what I was trying to
Keep
do. I was
going.
suddenly attacked. I fought from the
Keep
line.
going.
Then you did it.
The one where he got hit.
I passed out.
Keep going. Oh wait, yeah, this one. Press on this
Oh,
one.
okay.
Maybe I think it's this because I feel like you did everything else.
About, yeah, I don't think I asked this. About what
Yeah,
time
yeah.
did you gain consciousness?
No offense, sir, but how was I supposed to know that? I was unconscious.
Oh, right.
According to the report from the officer that woke up the witness, it was about 5:30.
He hit me right in the head, too. I woke up crying tears of pain.
That's nice. I mean, it's nice that you recovered. That is.
When I came around, though, I made sure to finish my mission, sir.
Your mission?
Yes, sir. The Blue Badger, sir. I returned him to the entrance before things got out of hand.
Well, we can all rest easy now.
All right, I think we're.
I believe we now have a fairly accurate picture of what happened.
That's you.
Yes, Your Honor. Only one thing remains unclear. Was the man this officer murdered really the victim?
He's got a point.
Yes, Officer Meekins.
With regard to that, sir, take a look at this. It was sent to my jail cell. Chief Gat delivered it to me just this morning, sir.
The chief?
Delivered it?
Also, I'm pretty sure the little picture. Yeah. If you look at the tape on it where the name would be, it's in Japanese. They didn't change it.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
What is that? A videotape?
Yes, sir. That's absolutely right, sir. A videotape, sir. It contains footage from the security camera in the true.
What? But I specifically asked if there was such a tape, and was told it had been mistakenly erased.
That's quite a mistake.
I just do what I'm told, sir. It's the only thing I'm really good at.
Looks like communication with the police department is as good as ever.
Absolutely.
Well then, let's have a look.
Show us the video.
Nope.
That was yeah. That would be funny if like.
Sorry, I didn't mean to mimic you. Show us the video of you murdering the victim. Sorry, I just had that in my head.
Oh, please stop using that word murder, sir. And stop mimicking me. That's rude, sir. It scares me, though, when you say murder, sir.
A video of a real murder. Just what are we getting ourselves into?
Here it is.
Oh, this is so creepy.
This is the big gimmick of this trial session.
Yeah, you can't see anybody. It's kind of like the thing on the boat. Like you can't. Yeah, you can't see if that's really him.
You sure can't.
You can see Meekins.
Yes, that's clearly Meekins.
Oh yeah. You can't see the murder.
And then he's dead.
Uh-huh. Cloth right there.
Ooh, good catch.
Interesting.
Good catch.
That's where the hand smear was of the blood that we found, the fingerprint. Mm-hmm.
That's such a good catch. That's definitely going to be relevant.
Thank you.
Maybe not immediately, but...
Oh! Sorry. Sorry, I had to pause to be Meekins.
Well, I believe we're all thinking the same thing. How can we deal with these unsettling feelings stirred within us?
I don't like the phrasing. What the hell was that wriggling piece of plywood? I think him bursting out a curse here is really funny, actually. That this is what's pushed him over the edge. Not anything with, like, the potentially murdering his father and being framed by his mentor and all that. It's this. It's this that's pushed him to this point.
I, by the way, love Edgeworth's voice so much. I love it.
Thank
It's
you.
so perfect. But I love that the blue badger is being called a wriggling piece of plywood. A wriggling, that is so great. Because here real quick, I picked, what was that, the Saturday Night Live or something with a plank of wood? No, from Ed and Eddie, the plank of wood.
Oh, yeah, Plank.
Plank. I picture Plank. Or
Oh
something,
my god!
I don't know.
Plank, if he could like move,
Yes.
do a little song.
Yes. yes. Whew. Okay. All right. Gotta change.
Sir, that is the pride and joy of the entire criminal affairs department, sir. It's the Blue Badger, sir.
Why am I not surprised this isn't going smoothly?
Security video. Video from the security camera placed in the evidence room.
Security video added to the court record.
Yes, anyway, this tape seems to prove that the witness did indeed encounter or someone in the evidence room, and some sort of activity seemed to take place.
Your Honor, instead of relying on clearly incomplete footage, the witness's testimony will suffice. Is that all right with you, Officer Meekins?
Yes, sir. As you wish, sir.
I'm immediately regretting this.
So I guess I'm going to press on. Oh, so he's going to talk. Oh my gosh.
He's gonna do some more talking.
Oh, goodness.
He's got some more for you.
His face can't clearly be seen in the video, but there's no question that the other person was Detective Goodman, sir. I mean, he opened the locker, which required Detective Goodman's fingerprint to do. The locker he opened is unquestionably Detective Goodman's locker, sir. So it must be him. No one else could have unlocked it.
Unless they had his fingerprint.
What's this about a fingerprint?
Each detective has been given a locker equipped with a fingerprint-activated lock. These locks ensure that each locker can only be opened by the detective it belongs to.
Intriguing. That would mean the victim at the crime scene would have to have been Detective Goodman. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination.
I don't know where this cross-examination will lead, but hear me out, audience.
Uh-huh.
I've seen something before where if you take fingerprints with if you get some tape. Okay, here we go. I'm going to show a visual. If you get some masking tape and you put them there and you pull up and you remove the fingerprint, then they could go
Now,
on
would
the
that
gloves.
be registered on... Do you think that would register on these devices?
Possibly, because all I know is on another locker we found glove prints. So that's why I'm thinking, oh, and we found gloves at the scene of the crime. So I'm thinking maybe somehow they transferred fingerprints
Okay.
on the glove. I don't know.
What I know is that you're going to be looking at some video footage again soon.
But everything begins with contradictions. That's where I have to start.
Let's go.
Tell me, were you able to get a good look at him? At the face of the man who attacked you with a knife?
Sir, you must label people as having seen or not seen the man's face. If you must label. I believe I would be classified as the latter.
The latter? But you were standing right in front of him. Were you not?
I have face blindness, sir.
More to the point, you are the person who fought him, aren't you?
Oh, yes, sir. But I didn't get a clear look at his face, sir. I'm not the kind of guy who looks directly at people when talking with them, you see.
Yeah, that's a good trait for a police officer.
Still, I'm sure it was him. I bet my badge on it.
Do you even still have a badge since you were put
I know.
in jail?
I know. You wouldn't think, but I do see one on him. So
Okay.
That seems kind of. But you don't know that for sure, do you? You never actually saw Detective Goodman's face.
Well, I suppose you might say that. That is, if you must label people as having seen or not seen it.
We must... Why do you say that? Of course... sorry.
Since his face
Keep
can't...
doing your job.
Thanks. Since his face can't be identified in the video, only you can verify it.
Why is everyone looking at me? If I had to label your stares as disturbing or...
Meekins!
Eek!
Having been shown a questionable video at best, we are not in the best of moods. Now please be more certain when you testify.
Yes, sir!
You claimed the man who brandished a knife on you was Bruce Goodman. Tell us why you are positive it was him.
About these lockers, is there no other way to open them?
No, sir! I myself tried all the kinds of methods in the past. They only respond to registered fingerprints, sir!
Why were you trying to open other people's lockers?
I wonder what kind of methods he's tried and why.
If the man opened the locker's lock, which only responds to its registered fingerprints, then he must be the person the locker was assigned to.
Exactly my point, sir! And this too!
Now, here's another thought. I wonder if... Okay, here's... Ooh.
Oh, having some theories. Theory
I'm having
time.
some theories. Okay,
Theory time.
if it is, or if he's involved, if the actual killer is Marshall.
Sure.
Marshall's in charge of the room to get in, so I wonder if he would also be in charge of anything with the lockers or have access to those programs. Because then if you program...
okay, like you might have a administrator access sort of thing.
Right, and program someone else to open that locker. Like, if he programmed, like if he was going to pose as being Goodman, then if he
possibly
changed it
we
to
haven't
him.
we haven't been given any information that indicates that's how it works. It seems to just be individual, but possibly.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, may never know that, but I don't know. That's...
We'll see. We'll see.
All right. How do you know that information?
I've heard rumors, sir, from the people in the know, sir.
People in the know?
The workers in the department cafeteria, sir. They keep me informed. They also listen to my romantic troubles, sir.
For the record, the opened locker did indeed belong to Detective Goodman. I verified this information through a more reliable source.
So the victim opened the locker with his own fingerprint.
I'm still not sold that he's the only one who could have opened it.
Sure.
However, the most important detail is not shown in the video. The man's face.
So, sir, if I may say something, sir.
Please do. After all, you are the one being examined.
Yep.
I don't understand why the man's face is so important in this case, sir. I mean, it was his hand that opened the fingerprint lock. And it was his hand that tried to thrust his knife into my body, sir. My unsettled state can testify enough to this, sir.
Yes, you have a point. The footage doesn't lie.
That is, unless the defense can find a problem with it.
It's like, right? Find a problem with it.
Mr. Wright, let's check the court record again.
Is there a problem with the security video?
You
Yes,
bet
of
there
course.
is.
Yes, you bet your bottom dollar there is.
If there's not, then we're sunk, because that was the end of the testimony.
Regarding the video contained on this tape, there's one thing in particular that seems rather strange. Strange? This contradiction leads to the possibility that the man may not have been Detective Goodman. What? This video contains such a contradiction?
Interesting. Your Honor, I have a proposal.
Yes, Mr. Edgeworth?
I propose we have the defense point out to us this alleged contradiction in the video.
He would want me to point it out. Very well. Proposal accepted. Let us further inspect this piece of evidence. I will now play the security tape. Mr. Wright, please show us this contradiction you speak of. I have to point out a problem in the video? Yeah, Phoenix, get over it. Yeah, that's what we're doing.
They'll give you like fast forwarding and pausing and stuff controls.
This is the first time I've ever had to do that.
You can do it, Mr. Wright.
Believe in yourself.
I know it's advanced technology for someone your age, but...
Hey, Emma, that's kind of rude.
Oh, well, look, it's set up so you can fast forward, rewind, or pause the video. Just take a good look and be sure to point out the right thing. Because if you point out the wrong thing, then we lose.
Okay, so should I
Scientifically
save here?
speaking.
Should I save right here?
Sure, go ahead.
All right.
I feel like I hadn't added a scientifically speaking for
I
this.
know. I love it. I was noticing that when I was doing the clips. I love the scientifically speaking. It was great.
I add it so much more than she actually says it, but it's funny to me every time.
I love it.
All right, let's look at this video. You're excused this time.
Please don't play it too many times. I can't stand watching this video.
Neither can I because of that jingle and that jiggling, writhing.
Stop. That's. How did this guy ever become a police officer?
Now then, Mr. Wright, please enlighten us. Where is the contradiction that indicates the man may not be Goodman?
Okay, wait.
So
Right
you can
there.
pause it
It's
whenever you
him.
want.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, yeah? Oh, you think so?
Sorry.
And see anything? Pause if you want to take a look. Well, maybe you should rewind a little bit when it was all the way over. Just keep pushing. Just take a look, see if you feel like there's anything here, or if we should keep going.
Let me see something. Let me see if. Wait.
And also let me know if you want me to give more overt hints, but...
Does it go over anymore? No.
No.
What I'm wondering is if these somehow look any different. It doesn't look like from this.
It's in black and white, so it's a little harder to tell things.
I
but-
can't see if anything's open.
Is there anything that indicates if something's open or closed beyond the door itself being open?
Wait a minute. I can clearly. Well, I see.
Look for things that are different from one another. Like these lockers all basically look the same. Is there anything differentiating any one of them? Is there any aspect of this block of lockers that is different from, like, does it all look the same? Is there something that's like, why is that slightly different?
Why is this different? Well, like, where's the vent?
It's not a vent. It's a light.
Like, what's up with that? Why is it gone?
It's not gone.
It's just
It's a light.
obscured. Like, oh, it's lit.
Uh-huh.
Ah. Is that in his locker?
Uh-huh.
Ah, so it's lit up. Very,
Unlike all the others, huh?
yeah. So, do I present that?
If you think that's a good thing to try to point out.
The thing that's strange about this video would have to be this. Why are you hesitating?
It's probably because you went one frame back from where it was all the way over there, and so it's being a
dang it.
about it.
So should I just reload? Dang it.
If you want, yeah.
Yeah, because I don't want to have to go through all the way again. Okay, well that's poopy. All right, so I think I know where to stop it this time. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Okay, wait.
It sits there for a bit, so yeah.
No, wait. Am I loading?
Yeah, load it.
Oh, just load. Yes.
Load
Okay,
it.
sorry. All right.
Just click through till you get to the video.
Okay. You think I went far enough?
All right. I think that's good now.
Okay. Oh yeah, because it shows more of the other lockers. The thing that's strange about this video would have to be this. Did it still
Just
mess up?
try going forward. Let's see.
Hold on a second. I need to use my eye drops. Well, I don't get it.
Oh, do I have to?
It might be that you. Well, it might be that you have to. They might ask you to point it out. So keep going for the moment. No.
Dang it! Like, what's the deal? Like, did I not go? All right, let's see. Hang on.
First pan.
Okay, let me see. If you can go all the way. Okay.
I think it's this.
Okay, do I have to move?
understanding.
Do I have to move my cursor over?
I mean, you can try clicking. Can you click?
There we go.
Okay, yeah.
The thing that's strange about this video has got to be this. Officer Meekins.
Yeah, this is different.
Sir! Do you mean me, sir?
As I understand it, the locker apparatus works like this. When you grab the handle, a sensor reads your fingerprint. If it's a match, the light turns on and the lock is released.
According to my very limited expertise, that's the way I understand it, sir.
If so, then something is seriously wrong with this picture. When the victim reaches for the handle to open the locker, let's rewind to a little earlier.
Do it faster!
I know. Here, notice the light?
What's this? It's already lit.
Precisely my point, Your Honor. The locker was already open before the victim grabbed the handle.
Ah!
Order!
Squawk
Order!
like a chicken.
What's the meaning of this? Like, why are you screaming, first of all? Goodness gracious.
It's very simple, Your Honor. The locker wasn't locked on the day of the crime.
But the locker locks are controlled by an electronic system. When a door is shut, a sensor is triggered. And the locker is automatically locked.
Oh, I know. It must have broken down. Of course, I'm not an expert on this.
That's not likely, Your Honor. The sensor would detect and report any malfunction.
Oh, well, it just goes to show novices should keep their mouths shut.
That's true.
So then, Mr. Wright, do you have an explanation?
Me, Your Honor?
Yes. Why wasn't the locker locked?
Me, Your Honor? Yes, well, you see, this isn't exactly my field.
Uh-huh.
What do you think, Miss Scientific Investigator?
Huh? Oh, maybe something like jam the system sensor?
Something jam the sensor. Say, there's something else that seems out of place in this video.
Yeah, I thought so too. There's got to be another clue somewhere in this footage.
And it's that thing I saw.
No, it's not, because that's a different locker.
Not yet. Oh, okay.
Very well. Let's inspect the video once more. The locker wasn't locked, Mr. Wright. Please point out the cause for this.
Yeah, it has to be this locker, not that other locker. I don't think that the thing you've noticed is going to come up yet.
Wait. No.
Just keep
no.
watching.
Oh, okay.
We gotta take a look. I'd try to look, especially when it's opened, see if there's anything that can give us a clue as to if that theory of something jamming is right.
Uh-huh. Glove. The glove. That was it. The glove was keeping it from being closed.
So point that out.
All right. Oh, I guess I can move this down here. Please watch closely. This is the continuation of the part I showed you earlier.
Do 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 do.
It's not playing our jam.
It's okay. We played it for them, for you, the viewer. You're welcome.
What's this? Something white fell out of the locker.
But, sir, it's been my experience that things fall out when doors are opened. I often fall out and roll great distances when something gets opened and...
We can't be sure that item was completely inside the locker to begin with.
What do you mean?
The sensor triggers the lock when the door is shut. What if something was inserted, say, between the sensor and the door?
Inserted?
That's uncomfortable. Did we have to focus on that?
I was thinking it, so it's very
That's
funny
like-
that you went there too.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
The silence is making me need to sing the song again.
Okay, wait. This white thing wasn't inside the locker. It was stuck between the door and the sensor.
Oh, I understand now, sir. It's just like my tie. 2 out of 3 times it gets stuck in the door when I get out of my patrol's vehicle, sir. Instead of the door closing, my tie chokes me, and then I like almost...
But the object would have to be extremely thin to fit in the door.
Not only that, it would also have to block electrical currents. It would need to be an insulator.
Hence a rubber glove, people.
Yes, an insulator, but at the crime scene...
There just might have been something that fits the description.
But sir, by insulator you don't mean...
I think I finally got this figured out.
Very well. Will the defense please present the relevant evidence? What was this insulator that was stuck in the locker door?
Do we have something?
Yepper.
Right there.
Right there. Right here.
Let's do it.
I found this near the locker, a thin rubber glove. But we can't be sure that was in the victim's locker.
It has a tag that says SL9 incident. The video seemed to depict the victim opening the locker. But that isn't the case. The lit lamp attests to this. On the day of the crime, even I could have opened that locker. Is this not so, Officer Meekins?
Sir! It would appear so, sir!
Order! 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 I can't get my mouse. All right, there we go. So, are we to believe then that the victim whom this witness stabbed in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman?
Do not be misled, Your Honor.
What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
The defense has merely demonstrated that possibility and nothing more. The victim in the video was indeed Bruce Goodman. The prosecution will offer one more testimony to prove this.
What?
Officer Meekins, please testify about this.
Sir, me, sir? I'm not sure what you're referring to, sir. Oh, you mean that, sir? Of course, sir.
Of course.
Is this a joke?
Very well, begin your testimony.
Misty ran too.
There's one other thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman, sir. To enter the evidence room, one must use their ID card. When an ID card is used, there is a record of it. At the time of the crime, the detective had used his card.
An ID card record. I see.
I have the ID card record right here, Your Honor. The ID used at 5:14 is that of the victim.
Just before the crime, Without a doubt, this is the victim's ID. However, one thing does strike me as unusual. Several hundred cases should have been due for transferal. Why were there so few people using this room?
This particular evidence room is only used for storing certain special cases.
Special cases?
Extremely violent cases involving police staff.
Just hearing that makes my hair stand on end.
Me too. Although it doesn't make much of a difference. You know, because...
There were only a few cases up for transferal there, and most were cleared up by noon.
Right. I see. Now, let's move on to the cross-examination.
So with this, you can either press on everything, or you can go to the thing that is probably fairly obvious.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, Goodman's ID was found at the scene of the murder 30 minutes
where
away.
we found, and also we found a lost item report, so...
Yeah, so So
yeah,
I would just go through.
I'll guide you towards which one you want to present that on, if that's the route you want. Continue on. Continue.
Okay.
Continue. That's the one.
Okay. So do I present?
Present.
Or press? Okay, so it's present.
Either the ID card or the lost item report. They both work.
Okay. I'm gonna do the ID card because that's good.
Yeah, let's
ID.
do it to it.
Wait one moment, Officer Meekins.
I'm not gonna wait, sir!
I have the victim's ID card right here. I found it at the crime scene.
That makes sense.
When I say crime scene, I'm not referring to the evidence room at the police department. I mean the other crime scene. The underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. Your Honor, I have one more piece of evidence to present. So do I do it now or do I push for
No, just keep talking.
It's a very important clue regarding the victim's ID card.
A lost item report? It's only half completed.
But it shows that Detective Goodman had lost something on the day of the crime. Something important enough to fill out this report.
Let me guess. You believe this something to be his ID card, right?
I can't say for sure, but there is a high probability. On the day of the crime, Detective Goodman was not carrying his card.
Order! Order! Now, what does all this mean?
Can only mean one thing. It doesn't even require much thought. The man Officer Meekins encountered in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman, but rather the man who stole his ID card.
Order! 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 Does does the prosecution have a response?
I have only one thing to say to the defense.
Okay.
Bravo, Mr. Wright.
Whoa. Whoa. What? But bravo?
Allow me to summarize the defense's argument.
Hey,
At
I could do
5:15
that.
p.m. on the day of the crime, the man in the evidence room Officer Meekins encountered was not Detective Goodman. There are two grounds to support this.
You know, I could have done this.
First, the locker in the evidence room was already unlocked. I imagine every time you object, his smile gets a little wider.
Yeah, it's like
Second,
I could
the victim
be doing
lost
this.
his ID card. Am I correct so far, Mr. Wright?
Thanks a lot, as if I couldn't do this. Yes. What's he up to?
That being the case, we must inevitably arrive at a single conclusion. If the victim in this video is a fake, then the murder in the evidence room is also fake.
Okay.
In other words, the security camera does not show the instant of the murder.
That is, well, I guess that's right.
Is something wrong, Mr. Wright?
No, I mean, I'm glad for Meekins, but that doesn't really help my, you know, who I'm defending.
Only moments ago, you seemed content to be pointing your finger around.
Well, okay, I was wanting to, it would have been nice to get them both off. This isn't going to end well.
Well, it seems you finally realize.
Yeah, thanks.
Exactly what you've gone to such lengths to prove.
I still don't think it's Lana.
Explain yourself, Mr. Edgeworth.
The defense has already done the explaining for me.
Put away your finger, Edgeworth. I just want to.
I shall not. The victim in this video is a fake, which means a murder did not take place at the police department at 5:15 on the day of the crime.
So
the real crime could only take place at one location, the underground parking lot. At the prosecutor's office, the murderer being Miss Lana Skye, the defendant.
You know, Edgeworth.
The evidence is compelling. A trustworthy witness
I wouldn't say trustworthy.
observed the moment the defendant used the murder weapon.
I knew that testimony was way too shabby. It was all a trap from the beginning.
the activity in the evidence room still leaves many questions unanswered. Who exactly was the victim Officer Meekins encountered? And where did this person disappear to? However, this trial's purpose is to examine only the murder of Detective Goodman. Just wipe that grin off your...
So, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, you have to do something, or else Lana...
What do I do? How am I supposed to get myself out of this mess? Gotta object.
This is definitely not a wait and see what happens situation.
Yeah, no. Should I save? Like, will I have multiple
sure, if you want.
objections? Yeah, I just mean, I don't know what
Doesn't
my
hurt.
grounds for objections are gonna be. Oh. Also, it's
We're
eight-
we're almost to a good pause point,
Oh,
so
okay,
I'd
okay. Did I push save?
I think so. You can do it again
I'm
if you
gonna do
want.
it again real quick. Okay.
There you go. But yeah, you're almost to the second part of this trial day, so.
One moment, Your Honor.
What now, Mr. Wright? Don't tell me you're objecting to what you yourself have just proven.
Stop being so smug, Edgeworth.
Of
Of course not. But I almost walked right into the prosecution's trap.
What are you talking about?
This cross-examination has proven one thing and one thing only. The security video did not show the actual murder. Doesn't mean Goodman couldn't have been murdered here. Because there was a lot of blood. So something happened. See? However, it cannot be said that it is unrelated to the murder in the parking lot. Specifically, large amounts of blood traces were found in the evidence room. The defense demands further examination into the truth of the matter.
Mr. Edgeworth,
Yes, Your Honor.
if this court were to examine this further, other witnesses will be necessary. Is the prosecution prepared?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. The prosecution considered the incident at the police department to be unrelated. We have not prepared any other witnesses for this incident.
This just might be my last chance. Time to call a certain Texas Ranger to the stand.
Mr. Wright, do you mean...
Your
Walker?
Honor, the defense would like to request a specific witness.
Oh? Whom do you have in mind?
Someone we have reason to believe knows the truth. The truth behind the activities that took place in the evidence room.
The prosecution requests to hear this person's name before deciding whether or not to comply.
Very well then, Mr. Wright. This person whom you would have testify, what is his or her name?
Oh, sorry.
Who is it?
Officer Jake Marshall.
Why him?
I can't let Edgeworth know everything just yet. He's in charge of the evidence room. I feel we should hear what he has to say.
The prosecution agrees to the defense's request. Since he was responsible for guarding the room, we should hear his testimony. Fortunately, he works in the police department. We shouldn't need longer than 20 minutes to prepare.
Very well. The court will take a 30-minute recess while the witness is subpoenaed. Will the prosecution please prepare the witness during this time?
We will, Your Honor.
Court is now in recess.
Gavel.
There we go.
Yeah. All right. So we should just pause here.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I think it's still defendant lobby number 2. Same picture, same things.
Same guys.
Yeah. All right. So we will pause here. Hang on. Where is... All right, everybody. We will pause, and then we will be back.
Yep.
All right. Hello. I'm back. Did everybody have a good break? Hello.
No.
Didn't have a good break.
No, mine was terrible. I died.
Don't die.
Well, I got better.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Yay. I don't know what I did different to make the lighting a little bit better. I do think wearing my regular glasses, I think, have a non-glare. Like I'm looking, it did not glare as much. So maybe I'm just going to have to wear my glasses instead of my reading glasses that don't have that. But anywho. All right.
Does it work okay? Like, can you still read what you need to?
Yeah, it's just not quite as magnified as my reading glasses, but I mean they're my regular glasses. So
Regular degular.
all right, going back to gameplay.
Let's do it.
All right, February 24th, 11:32 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. There's no stopping you, is there, Mr. Wright? Huh? What do you mean? You called for Jake Marshall. It seems you figured everything out. I haven't figured anything out.
Lana, you're the one who knows everything.
Emma,
you always know everything. Why don't you just tell us? Mr. Wright is trying his hardest to protect you.
I don't recall ever asking for his protection.
How can you be so cold? Don't you trust us? Don't you trust me?
Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later.
Oh! Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? Oh!
You've got a lot of nerve, pal, making a detective run all around while on duty. And to top it off, you call me here? I've seen happier people at funerals.
Sorry, Detective.
You better be, pal. Hey! I didn't see you there, Chief Prosecutor Skye.
That's okay. So, have you brought what I asked?
You mean this, right?
My apologies, Detective. Due to my present circumstances, I was forced to use Mr. Wright's name when making my request. My name?
Never in a million years would I thought it was you who asked me. Oh. Could I bother you to bring me the SL9 incident files? I'll need them by noon. Talk about crazy.
The SL9 incident?
But Lana, that's...
I thought Mr. Wright might need them, so I had them brought here. Here, you might do well to read them.
I can't believe you, the chief prosecutor, were a witness in that case.
Miss Skye was a witness?
SL9 incident files. Files for the Joe Dark killings solved 2 years ago.
SL9 incident files received from Lana Skye.
Take it from me, you don't want anything to do with serial murders. Oh, what? Now that I brought you your stuff, you're just gonna ignore me?
Emma, but why? Why is your name in here?
What? What? My name's in there? I don't know, unless... no, it couldn't be. Lana, this SL9 incident, is that...
That's the classification number the police filed it under. 2 years ago, the rest of the world knew it as the Joe Dart killings.
The Joe Dark. No, Lana. That's over with. No.
Emma, wait. She ran away.
You know what? I just remembered I gotta be somewhere. Sorry, pal, but I'm out of here.
What the heck? Where's everyone going? Jake Marshall, Angel Starr, Damon Gant, Miles Edgeworth. What is this world coming to? I said gumming to. I'm so
You did say gumming to. I love that.
Not to mention Lana and Emma. Oh my God. Is my name in there? Like, am I part of this and I don't even know? What the heck? Everyone involved in this case is connected to those killings 2 years ago? This just can't be a coincidence. This is like blowing my mind. Knowing you just might be able to figure it out. Time to get back to the trial, Mr. Wright. Best of luck. I better take a good look at this file. And where's Emma? Like, what is going on? Please don't tell me oh my gosh. She wasn't a victim. Was she like attacked? I don't know what's going on.
There's a lot.
All right. All right. Save. All right.
We have the rest of this trial day, another investigation, and another trial, so we got a lot.
Wow.
But hey, maybe we can get through this one today. We'll see. Might go a little overtime. Let's find out.
Okay. What do you mean? Like, wait, what? Go.
Huh?
Get through what one? Oh, like this trial?
This trial day. We'll see. I don't know how
okay.
I don't know how fast it'll be, if that's feasible.
Okay. February 24th, 12:14 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 9.
Look at him.
The court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Skye.
Emma didn't come back.
Allow me to call the next witness to the stand. The officer in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day of the crime.
Please don't tell me he's going to shave in the courtroom.
Witness, please state your name and occupation. Me, partner? Oh, I'm just a wandering man. Same as you, wandering the trials of civilization. Sorry, I'm a little slurry because of all this alcohol I've been drinking.
Oh my gosh.
Occasionally helping the elderly cross intersections when needed. Yes, we get it.
Oh, I know, you're a patrolman.
As for my name, if you listen hard enough, you can hear the howling wind calling it out.
I love this Western music and everything. Oh my god. Oh
to
my god.
be exact, it's Jake Marshall, Your Honor. Why can it never be okay to say your name and occupation? It should be the easiest thing in the world.
Howling wind? I've never heard Edgeworth described that way before.
Now, Mr. Marshall, let me ask you something. You were in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day the crime took place. Is this correct?
Oh no! No! You can't shave in court! No!
They let him take a knife in here.
I thought I was safe! Oh man.
According to the papers, partner.
What do you mean? And why are you shaving in my courtroom?
A desperado's soul is as boundless as the desert sands. No paper can sum it up. And also, I got a mighty itch that I gotta scratch with this here knife.
Maybe it's best we get on with this quickly and put away the knife, officer, for goodness sake.
I will not.
Please share with us your testimony of the day of the crime. In plain old English, not like all whatever it is that you're speaking.
I speak nothing but, Your Honor. My job was to keep a wary eye on that bone orchard. They said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. Besides, the room's protected by 2 security systems anyway. If I remember right, I was at a street-side saloon at the time it went down. I'm just an innocent traveling man, so if you're out of ammo, it's time I hit the trail.
Wait! Objection!
Objection, that was all nonsense.
I can't say I particularly care for your attitude, or that knife in my courtroom, or the shaving.
I can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complaining.
You're walking a thin line here, son. Wait a minute. What do you mean by 2 security systems?
I mean, the security cameras and the ID card reader. I reckon even a cowpoke like you knows about those.
Yes, well, what about the fingerprint activated locks on the evidence lockers?
Fingerprint activated locks? What kind of newfangled doohickeys are those?
He's not being very helpful.
He's not that good with machines or with following orders. Everyone's got their weaknesses now, don't they, Mr. Prosecutor?
This one seems like trouble. Okay, Mr.
Oh,
Wright.
he is.
He's all yours.
Good luck. Well, let's start a pressing.
Okay. How exactly did you keep an eye on the evidence room?
I just made sure nothing moved on the security camera monitor. That room's so still. Even time dies in there. I was just a caretaker and heard the recordings.
You interred them?
Videos of nothing aren't that useful. When the time would come, I'd erase the tape. If nothing unusual is recorded, tapes are to be erased every 6 hours. Each time I'd erase a tape, it felt like I was erasing a part of my life.
This guy has a flair for the dramatic, but it isn't going to do him any good. So in actuality, you don't physically enter the evidence room. But you made your rounds on the day of the crime, right?
Ain't you heard a word I said, partner? I told you that ain't my style.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
No desperado I know lets rules get in his way.
No desperados I know join the police force.
So, Officer Marshall, on the day of the crime...
Just between you and me, I didn't set foot in the evidence room that day.
There was a rubber glove stuck in the victim's locker. Do you know anything about that?
Sorry, partner. Can't say I do. I haven't been in that crypt in weeks.
How does this guy avoid being fired?
Great question.
You used to be a detective, so you used the evidence room in the past, correct?
Of course. Back in the day, my locker was a gold mine of evidence.
And yet, you didn't know about the fingerprint locking mechanism?
Sorry, partner, I ain't good with machines. I couldn't even tell you how a bike works.
That's quite, incredible.
The sensors on the locker handles cannot be seen. It's well known that some detectives are unaware of their presence.
Now that he mentions it, Detective Gumshoe said something like that too.
At any rate, it doesn't seem that this is relevant to the crime. Can you tell us what you were doing when the crime took place?
What were you doing in a place like that when you're getting paid? Like what?
I was eating spaghetti. Not even Angel's steak lunches can beat that parlor's vongole sepia pasta.
Do you mean to tell us you abandoned your police duties to eat some noodles?
Delicious noodles. Not all desperados eat tacos, partner.
That's not what I meant. I hope this has at least taught you a lesson.
I ain't learned nothing, and I never will.
That's strange. This is usually where Edgeworth says, "Did you not want a raise this year? Like, what's going on?" Out of ammo, Officer Marshall?
That's right, partner. Or as you'd call it, evidence. If you plan to pin me to this crime, then you'd better draw. Otherwise, you're just wasting my time. My steel horse is waiting to carry me back west into the sunset.
One thing seems clear, despite being responsible for guarding the evidence room, the witness doesn't appear to have seen anything.
Texans don't take orders from anyone. Everyone knows that.
I wish. Yeah, we're yeah.
I know, right?
Apparently your superiors don't. Okay, I have a trump card up my sleeve, so I'd best keep my cool. Before I use it, though, I'd better up the ante.
Alright, so we're looping back around. You need to go to the thing where he says, if I remember right, I was like eating noodles or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And then we're going to present some evidence over there.
Okay, wait.
Keep going. This one.
Okay.
So, present some evidence because we have something that kind of contradicts that. Contradicts the idea that he hadn't been in there at all.
Well, I know I have his finger. Oh, ID. That like this.
No, not the ID
No.
card record. But you were on the right track with what you were saying.
With the
look,
fingerprints.
Look around for the fingerprints.
Okay. I think those are his.
Yeah, click it. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah,
so-
that pretty clearly contradicts that. So
Yeah.
let's do it.
Officer Marshall, doesn't it strike you as odd? That is, you've been called in to testify like this? After all, you weren't in the security room at the time of the crime.
And yet you dragged me down here. Explain yourself, partner.
It's quite simple. You left a very large trail behind at the scene. Or to be exact, a handprint.
Listen real good, partner. Like I said, I'm the caretaker of that crypt. I pay my respects, that is, make my rounds, about once a month. It's only natural my fingerprints would be in there.
Only wish it were, officer. But you see, your fingerprints were covered in blood.
Witness! What's the meaning of this? Your bloodstained fingerprints were at the crime scene?
The blood was wiped away, however. A luminol test clearly revealed this. Well, Officer Marshall?
It seems to me there ain't a person in this room with a head on his shoulders. I take it you have an explanation then, Officer Marshall? About the blood-stained fingerprints?
Very well, you may begin your testimony about your fingerprints. Found at the scene of the crime.
Like I said, it's only natural for my fingerprints to be in that evidence room. One of them just happened to be at the same place as the blood-stained handprint. The murderer touched the locker where my fingerprint was by chance. The bloodstain and the fingerprint are completely unrelated. Or didn't you know the murderer was wearing gloves? See, I had nothing to do with it.
We never said the murderer was wearing gloves.
I think that's evidence people could have. I don't know if it's come up.
The witness's explanation appears valid, although there's room for doubt.
Life wouldn't be fun without any doubt, partner.
The defense may now cross-examine the witness.
This guy's hiding something. I can feel it. Now's my chance to prove it.
All right.
Okay. No, I mean, the thing is, okay, it wouldn't be wiped away. Or like,
Right.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah, let's press him. This feels fishy.
that's because you, how did you put it? Pay your respects once a month?
Yeah,
and
that's right.
And he already said
That
he wasn't in
and
there
one-
that day. Sorry.
That and one more thing. That locker happens to be mine.
What? What do you mean?
I mean what I said. That's the locker I used when I was a detective. The locker I still use.
And I love how it has this white thing hanging there, yeah.
Uh-huh. All that's in there now, though, is a heap of broken dreams.
I see.
It'd be strange if my prints weren't all over that locker.
Apparently his fingerprint data was never removed from that locker's programming. He must have been using the fingerprint lock all this time without ever knowing it.
Marshall's fingerprints, found on a bloody handprint on Marshall's own locker. The print had been wiped.
Wait, what was one of them? It just happened to be at the same time. Oh, at the same place.
One of the fingerprints. Yeah, just press.
So then, what about the bloody handprint?
Wasn't mine. It's no mystery.
Please explain.
My locker is covered with my fingerprints. It just so happened the murderer touched the locker where my fingerprint was by chance. I just felt like finishing his sentence.
And have I pressed on this? I haven't pressed on this.
You haven't, so keep on pressing.
The chances of that happening are 1,000,000 to 1.
On the contrary, one could argue just the opposite. The chances of that not happening are 1,000,000 to 1. Get one thing straight, partner. You ain't gonna get no reward from me with a mere fingerprint. You wanna know why?
Okay. Unrelated.
They're as different as night and day. Kinda like cereal and cereal. One's got to do with breakfast while the other's a type of murder.
He's right, although seemingly like they're totally different.
I don't see what homonyms have to do with this.
No, it's so relevant. Keep on pressing him.
How did you know that?
I may be a loner, but I still do my job. I keep up on the reports. There was a bloodstain at the scene thought to be left by the murderer.
That's right. It was found on Detective Gumshoe's locker.
However, no fingerprints were detected on that handprint.
Oh yeah. I think we tried that too.
You did.
So that would mean the murderer wearing gloves happened to place their hand on top of Officer Marshall's fingerprint?
That's the only logical conclusion. The only one. Are you starting to get the picture, partner?
The picture?
This seal of blood, in the desert, it's just food for the buzzards. He sure says some things. There's only one reality, and that's this.
The security tape?
So long as my trail isn't in there, you can't say otherwise.
This isn't getting us anywhere, Mr. Wright. Please consider carefully where you're going with this cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now then, continue your testimony, Officer Marshall.
Press them again.
What do you mean by that?
You want to tie me to this crime, isn't that right, partner? If so, that video is the only direct evidence you have.
But that video is next to useless. It's full of blind spots.
Blind spots?
Places you can't see. The camera's panning back and forth. The floor isn't shown. If someone was familiar with the camera's position, they could leave the room without being caught on tape.
We don't have time for your speculations, Mr. Wright.
Well, Mr. Wright, if you can show us evidence in this video that indicates Officer Marshall was present, please do so now.
Go ahead and save,
Okay.
so you don't have to reload. Or you don't have to be as far back if you do. But yeah, it's time to scan through that video again.
Excuse me, I did save right. Okay. Okay.
Do you want to try to go to like 9:30 or so? See if we can finish this one up.
Yeah. I mean,
Awesome.
hopefully it won't go all the way till then, but yeah, that's fine.
Hopefully not.
Okay.
But hey, it's our final one of the year, so.
Yes.
All right, show evidence.
Very well. Allow me to point out your mistake, Officer Marshall.
I'll just go ahead and let you know that it's time for you to present that evidence you noticed all the way at the start. Tread carefully, Mr. Wright, or you might wind up being the one making the mistake.
Now then, let's have another look at that video.
And to remind you, the thing you noticed is basically at the very end of the video.
Yeah.
So if you can fast forward, make it go a little quicker.
Oh, okay. Wait.
See down there? Just hold it. Back and forth. He's gonna
because then
creep
they've got
up.
to fight,
And then they're gonna fight. I think you gotta yeah,
Oh,
keep
yeah.
going. It's not there yet. We see him down there, and then it's gonna be this time. And then remember, you're gonna need to pause. Pause.
Yeah.
There you go. Now you can point at it. I'm so proud that you noticed that right at the jump.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. Bringing our attention back to the security camera is a mistake I'm afraid you'll not soon forget, Officer Marshall.
The days are short in Texas, and so are our tempers. Could you sum up what you have to say in 8 words or less?
Very well. You can clearly be seen in this video.
That was 8. Exactly 8 words. Not bad, partner.
The key lies in a certain locker shown in the video. That locker with the white cloth sticking
It's the
out.
judge. It's the judge.
Oh, sorry. Thank you. Sorry.
That locker with the white cloth sticking out, that was the witnesses, I believe.
Now then, let's rewind the video a bit. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, the white cloth, it's gone. What's the meaning of this, Officer Marshall?
When the crime took place, the white cloth wasn't there. Then it suddenly appeared? There's only one explanation. Officer Marshall, you were in the evidence room at the time of the crime. What's more, you opened your locker when the camera was turned away.
Order! Order! It would seem that is correct.
Hold your horses. Sorry, partner, but you got the wrong man.
Okay.
So what if my locker was opened? That doesn't mean I'm the one who opened it.
We have proved that there's only one person that can open it. And there was not a light on in front of yours.
The murderer needed to hide something, so he opened a locker and stuck it in. It's not my fault he happened to choose mine.
What?
Why's everyone staring at me like I'm a wanted man?
Because we already proved, Marshall, that only one person can open a locker, and that's the person who owns it. This guy isn't just plain dumb, he is. He really doesn't know. I hate to rain on your parade, but you're the only person who can open that particular locker.
Oh yeah, I call your bluff. You say I opened that locker? Now prove it. I think we have the locker in here somewhere, so look for that.
Wait, the
locker. Yeah.
like a picture of it, you mean?
Keep going.
Okay. Like right
Yeah, the evidence locker. Only the assigned detective's prints can unlock it. No,
wait,
go
wait,
back.
Sorry. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. There it is. Fingerprint sensor?
We talked about this earlier today. The lockers can only be opened by the detectives they belong to.
What kind of crazy talk is this?
Well, Detective Gumshoe did mention something about this.
In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people on the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks.
So, Sheriff, what do you have to say in 8 words or less?
I only got one word for you, partner. No!
Order! Order! Witness, explain yourself.
If this is a joke, it's the worst joke I've ever heard.
I assure you this is no joke, Officer Marshall. Now then, please tell us what you were doing in the evidence room at the time of the crime. What are you chewing on, Marshall?
Olay.
Ole, please answer the question. What is he
You know,
now,
I didn't purposely make
bullfighter?
him sound like a horse, but it does work, doesn't it?
Yeah. What is he now, a bullfighter? That's all right, Officer Marshall. I believe we can figure out the rest from here.
We can?
Have a look at these floor plans. There's no place for someone to hide in the evidence room. Yet Officer Meekins didn't see Officer Marshall.
If that's so, then where was the witness?
It seems Mr. Wright has an answer.
That's right, the only possible conclusion.
Well then, let's hear it.
It's pretty obvious, huh?
So where was Officer Marshall at the time of the crime?
I'll give you a hint, it's gotta be one of those circles.
Oh, he's like behind him. Like, wait, sorry. Sorry, is K Officer Meekins?
Yes.
I guess?
He's
Okay.
he's the one accused of killing. So the victim is Goodman, but if the victim's not Goodman,
Then
then
it's
who is it?
Marshall. It's Marshall.
Yeah.
Wait, do I have to make this turn yellow?
Just click, I think.
Okay. Officer Marshall was standing right here.
There? But that's where the victim, Detective Goodman, was.
Correct, unless the man wasn't Detective Goodman. I believe the victim in the video is Officer Marshall. It was you dressed up like Detective Goodman.
But that's preposterous. Officer Meekins witnessed the detective at the crime scene. Once he saw the man's face, he'd know for sure.
He didn't look in the man's face, remember? May I point out, though, that Officer Meekins did not know Detective Goodman. He also testified about the man's reaction when confronted. And the knife.
Got it to him again.
The knife. Oh.
When I entered the evidence room, I asked him to show his card, sir.
Yes, and how did Detective Goodman respond?
He suddenly pulled out a knife on me.
Something about the officer's story puzzled me. If the man had his ID card, why didn't he just show it?
Yes, he would have needed it to enter the evidence room, so he must have been carrying it.
The answer's simple. He couldn't show it. As you can see, Detective Goodman's picture is on his ID card.
Oh, I get it.
If he showed that, his cover would have been blown. Officer Meekins would have realized the man wasn't Detective Goodman. Do you have anything to say to this, Officer Marshall?
You've got quite an imagination, partner. We got a term for that. It's called circumstantial evidence.
Circumstantial evidence? He's still denying it?
You're gonna have to do better than that to break a detective. Unless you have hard evidence proving I dressed up as the victim.
I can't say I particularly care for your uncooperative disposition.
I can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complaining.
Well, Mr. Wright, do you have any evidence proving beyond a shadow of a doubt? I've had it with this. That Officer Marshall dressed up as... Do you have proof that Officer Marshall dressed up as the victim?
Well, who am I kidding? I don't have anything like that.
I can see the fear in your eyes, partner.
I wonder if there's something in the video that will show something.
Oh, that's a good thought.
Like there might be something that he's wearing that I didn't catch as he walked by.
Seems you're the one who couldn't take the desert heat.
This can't be happening. It's so obvious he's the one. What can I do?
It looks like your lack of experience has finally been exposed.
All right, Edgeworth, I don't need you on top of all of this.
I'll pass on to you what someone told me when I was just starting out.
I don't need this, Edgeworth.
Give you a little sage wisdom. When you've run into a wall with no place to go, return to the basics.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at the video again. The basics? For me, that would be what Mia used to tell me. Phoenix, try thinking outside of the box. I shouldn't look for proof that Officer Marshall was in disguise, but rather I should look for evidence that came about because he was in disguise.
Why do you think this locker was opened in the first place?
What do you mean?
There's no reason for Officer Marshall to open his locker at the time of the crime.
Unless there is, we find in his evidence.
No, it's my turn to say. It's my turn to say.
Okay.
The thing. Yet he did, despite the chance it might be discovered later, as it has been.
Which means he didn't originally plan to open his locker.
According to the defense's argument, Officer Jake Marshall dressed up as Detective Goodman at the time of the crime.
Okay, I don't see anything sticking out. Sorry, I wanted to look and see if he had anything
I mean,
shown.
this picture isn't really evidence anyway.
Oh, that is true. That's true.
Then, after the crime was committed, he opened his own locker for some unknown reason.
The fact that a white cloth is sticking out of the locker seems to indicate that he opened it in order to put the cloth inside.
So, just what exactly is this piece of cloth?
Perhaps the video is the key to all of our unanswered questions. I don't have any evidence, so this video is my only shot.
Very well, let's take yet another look at the security tape.
I believe this is the last time with the security tape.
After committing the crime, the witness opened the locker to put away the white cloth. Please show us why the witness had to open this locker.
Alright, you can definitely fast forward a bit because he's not even here yet, so... Let's keep going. All right. He seems to be fine so far. The glove fell. Let's keep going because he's out of frame now. You can fast forward a little. All right. Now let's look. Oh, let's play it a little more. Just a little more. Right there. Pause. Nope. Go back.
Okay,
There's a pause, and now rewind. Just click it until let's get him back in a little more. Oh, what's that?
He's covered with blood.
Oh, so what's the cloth you might have put in there?
A bloody
outfit that he couldn't just walk out into the place with?
Yeah.
That seems like a good thing to present.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think of... So, we didn't see that he was covered with blood when he came in?
He definitely wasn't. It looked white and clean.
Okay, when he walked in.
Yep.
Okay. So
yeah, I'd go ahead. I'd say that.
Okay.
Click on his shoulder.
Oh, okay. For some reason, you disguised yourself as Detective Goodman and entered the evidence room, though I don't know to what end yet. However, something unexpected happened. Officer Meekins barged in on you. When asked to show your ID, you pulled a knife on him. However, Officer Meekins panicked, and the white coat you were wearing was soiled with blood.
A bloody white coat?
Couldn't just walk out like that, so you hid the coat in your locker.
Not bad, partner.
Now then, Officer Marshall, are you ready to tell us the truth?
Looks like I underestimated y'all. I hope you're happy now, Mr. Edgeworth.
It's like, okay.
2 years ago. If you were only half as persistent then as you are today, we all wouldn't have to be here now. Now would we?
Officer Marshall, tell the court what you did. All of it.
All right.
Are you... It's very interesting. Are you purposely losing a little bit
Oh,
of
I am
accent?
purposely doing what I'm doing,
this
yes.
is great.
It seems the time has come. I had to do it that day. I couldn't just stand by and let it die. I stole the detective's ID and dressed like him. I planned to take out the evidence. I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins. I knocked him out and managed to escape. I knew which areas wouldn't be caught on the camera. There wasn't any murder in the evidence room at 5:15.
So the supposed victim was really you.
But there's one thing I still don't understand. Traces of a large quantity of blood were found on the floor of the evidence room. If no one was murdered, then how could that be? Officer Meekins managed to cut his own hand. My guess is he's the donor.
It was way too much blood for such a small donation. So I guess I cross-examined that part.
I'd say let's just press him on everything.
Okay.
Let's see what we can get from him.
When you say it, you mean...
Do you even have to ask, partner?
The SL9 incident.
2 years have passed since that case was closed. It was going to completely end with the transferal that day. Not if I have anything to do with it. That incident's not over.
But what did you hope to accomplish by sneaking into the evidence room?
When a case is closed, only that case's lead detective can look through the evidence. I wanted to have a look at it myself one more time. No matter what the cost. I don't care what anyone says, partner. That case is mine.
Officer Marshall wasn't in charge of that investigation. Why does he care so much about it?
That day was my last chance. That's why
Why did you disguise yourself as Detective Goodman?
if I didn't make it look like Goodman was carrying out the evidence transferal, I'd be arrested for stealing evidence, which wouldn't get me anywhere. So you did it to fool the security camera.
And the detective's ID card?
I stole that the morning of the incident.
So that really was why Goodman started filling out that lost item report.
I returned his ID card. I left it on the floor in the prosecutor's office parking lot.
The ID card I found was left there by Officer Marshall?
So essentially, you managed to succeed despite your lack of foresight. What do you mean, partner? I mean the fingerprint. Activated lock, of course. No matter how well you disguise yourself, you can't change your fingerprints. Under normal circumstances, you wouldn't have been able to open that locker yourself.
But he could, because a rubber glove just happened to get stuck in the door. That means Detective Goodman must have opened the locker before Officer Marshall. You pulled a knife on Officer Meekins and tried to drive him off?
Let's just say I was a little surprised. I only planned on being in the evidence room for no more than 5 minutes. I didn't think anyone would actually come in during that short time.
Officer Meekins certainly is a one-in-a-million type of person.
Mistaking a detective for an intruder and demanding to be shown his ID?
I'll have to think a little more about his raise this year.
Why do you have something to do with these detectives' raises? Or these officers? When did Edgeworth get so much influence? Yeah, like
I mean,
like,
he's
why
been
are you-
saying it about Gumshoe
Yeah,
since the
why-
beginning.
why are you in charge of their salaries?
Anyway, he threw himself at me and I ended up cutting him slightly. I'm sorry it had to turn out that way. With me knocking him out and everything.
By the way, what happened to your knife and what happened to your accent? Is no one else noticing this? Is it just me? Is nobody else noticing?
I thought it was an improvement. Oh, you mean this one?
I don't know what to say.
So you knocked Officer Meekins out and...
So you did your research beforehand.
Those who go into the desert unprepared don't live long, partner. I didn't think it would make a difference, though. The security tape is erased every 6 hours. If all had gone as planned, no footage would have been left. However, you bloodied your coat in your struggle with Officer Meekins. If someone was in the security room when I came out, the jig would have been up. I opened my locker and stashed it in there.
What was Officer Meekins doing during that time?
What else? He was sleeping like a baby.
So what you're saying is, on that day...
but the blood found at the scene certainly indicates a crime took place.
What are you, blind? The victim shown on that tape is me, and I'm not dead yet, partner. So, you stole the evidence from the locker? Actually, no, I didn't. Why not? When I opened the locker, the evidence was already gone.
What? Mr. Edgeworth, where is that evidence?
It's still missing, Your Honor.
What? Detective Goodman's locker was already empty. Someone else stole the evidence. Officer Marshall, may I ask you one thing?
Fire away, partner. It's a free country. Just remember, I'm also free to decide whether or not to answer.
Why did you do this? Stealing the detective's ID? Injuring a police officer? This is no small offense.
Moreover, you're an officer yourself. This will have serious consequences. It can't just be forgiven with a simple cut in salary.
Not that salary cuts are ever a valid solution. What is up with you, Edgeworth? These people, we gotta live. Gee.
Like I said, this isn't your case, this one is mine. And I'll do anything it takes to get an answer I'm satisfied with.
The witness has an unusual amount of zeal. Let's hear more.
I can't just forget the SL9 incident. You know why? You can go ahead and,
Oh, sorry.
well,
I shouldn't
you
have done
jumped the
that.
gun, and
Dang
that's
it.
fine. That's your privilege. I was just trying to not have it take quite as long, but you know.
Oh, shoot. I'm sorry. What?
Well, we gotta go through it now.
Oh, what? Dang. That case was solved 2 years ago, wasn't it?
That's the reason the evidence was stored in the evidence room.
Joe Dark was convicted for his crimes. One thing I can say for sure is he deserved his sentence.
I remember the Joe Dark case. It involved serial murders, didn't it?
I don't intend to complain about how it turned out. But there's something that still bothers me. Something went down at that trial. Something no one will talk about.
What happened?
I don't know. That's why I'm trying to find out.
Why is he so concerned with that incident? Maybe I should present him with what I think his real reason is. Okay.
You should.
Okay.
So you gotta navigate back to that. Keep going.
Wait. Okay.
Keep clicking.
I had a feeling we'd wind up here sooner or later. Everyone involved here is related in some way to that case. Better take another look at the files. Okay, so...
All right, now it's gonna reset, so go to his last thing. Keep going. Keep moving through. Go, go, go. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. All right, this one. Present on this one. And present the thing that he's talking about. The SL9 incident stuff.
Oh, is that it? No, that's the...
No, further in, I think.
Oh, these
that.
files. Ooh.
Yeah, you were given it recently.
Ooh. Officer Marshall, I think I understand. I think I know why you care so much about the SL9 incident.
Sounds like you've been sipping too much cactus juice, partner.
I have the SL9 incident file here. The name Marshall is mentioned in here.
You should look at the court record real quick so that you actually know what it says.
It's like, what does it say? Like,
just check. Yeah. Incident number SL9, closed, perpetrator Joe Dark, crime serial murder, sentence death. Let's look at the next page. Victims, Edward Jones, Jason Knight, Edith Kirby, Rachel Moss, Jeb Bates, Neil Marshall.
So is somebody related to him?
And then let's look at the other pages since we're here. Trial data, head prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, witnesses Lana Skye, Ema Skye.
Ah, so she was a witness.
Interesting. And one more page. Investigation Task Force, executive investigators Damon Gant, Lana Skye, head investigator Bruce Goodman, investigators Jake Marshall and Angel Starr. So everyone that we've heard is related to this.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay, so...
And back.
So back, I don't want to...
Just back.
Okay.
Push back. No, you've already presented it. Let's keep talking.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted you to know what it said in there.
In a list of murder victims, Neil Marshall, are you related to this man?
Neil Marshall? Yeah, I'm sure you've heard his name. 2 years ago, he received the same lousy prosecutor award you got.
What? A prosecutor?
He must be talking about the King of Prosecutors Award.
Now I remember. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He handled the SL9 case before I did. That's right. He was killed. And the case fell into your hands.
But what's his relation to you?
He was my brother.
Aww. Aww.
He was investigating the murders with Damon Gant, and then Deputy Chief of Police. The then Deputy Chief of Police. The group of detectives I was part of worked under them. We were desperate to prosecute the killer. Joe Dark. My brother fought Dark and was killed. That was the first time Dark left behind any evidence. That was all we needed. He was arraigned and incarcerated. The case was finally closed. At least, according to the public records.
What do you mean?
My brother couldn't have been killed by Joe Dark. I knew my brother better than anyone. No one could have beaten him in a fight. And that's it? That's your reason for your insane actions?
You know, Edgeworth, give him slack. Back off.
There's more to my brother's death than what the records say. No matter how much you try to hide it, you can't fool me.
Well, at least one thing is for certain. Now we know what happened at the police department on the day of the crime.
That was the last day the SL9 case could be reopened. Not satisfied with its resolution, Officer Marshall planned to steal the evidence.
Disguising himself as Detective Goodman, he entered the evidence room. Officer Meekins confronted him, so he rendered him unconscious and fled.
Yes, this mystery has finally been cleared up. No murder took place at the police department that day.
I'm not saying that. I'm still not... There's a pool of blood.
The things that happen by chance never cease to amaze. At exactly the same time as the murder at the prosecutor's office, this fake murder was going on at the police department.
Chance? It's gotta be more than just that.
So if no one was murdered at the police department on the day of the crime, that means the murder in the prosecutor's office parking lot was the real one.
Which, in turn, means only one person could have committed the crime.
That's not true.
Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye.
But wait, a verdict wasn't reached in yesterday's trial.
Which is why we examined the incident at the police department today. That's what this has all been about.
But
There's only one reason the defendant was not convicted yesterday. There yet remained the mystery of the simultaneous murder at the police department. It seems to me this boy's got the draw on you, partner. All of the mysteries at the police department have been resolved, no doubt about it.
except for the massive amount of blood.
Our sole murder took place at the prosecutor's office. The only suspect is Lana Skye.
No, I'm still saying it happened here.
And the testimony of one Miss Angel Starr is completely incontestable.
I disagree.
If you have a response,
I do.
Beyond petty words, make it one word or less.
No, I'll say as many words as I want. Ah!
That's not even an actual word. I rest my case.
No, you don't.
Another win for
It
Edgeworth.
seems this trial has reached its conclusion. There's no room for doubt.
Well done, Mr. Wright. Thanks to you, I didn't need to waste my time
I wouldn't. No.
disproving the alleged murder at the police department. Oh, it's so good to finally beat you. Do you know how many times
There's no
you've
doubt.
won against me?
What I proved today is true. The apparent murder on the security camera tape really was fake. But I didn't realize that would end up proving Lana guilty.
Now then, the time for the verdict has arrived. This court finds the defendant...
Objection! Hold it!
Oh.
Your Honor, wait.
Emma?
The defense has an objection, a scientific objection,
Oh, okay.
right?
Right. What do you mean, right?
Mr. Wright? Are you this girl's guardian?
Your
I mean,
Honor,
sort of.
well, in a sense.
Please, Your Honor, all I'm asking is for a minute of your time. Please hear me out. Mr. Edgeworth, please.
I don't want to leave any loose ends. That's the only reason. You want a minute, I'll give you 3. Oh no. Chat, no.
I was kind of in shock. I mean, finding out the SL9 incident referred to the Joe Dart killings.
Now that she mentions it, the names of both Skye sisters were in that file.
But that's when I figured it out. I mean, what Officer Marshall was trying to do that day. So I knew his fingerprint had nothing to do with the crime. That left only one thing, the other handprint.
You mean the traces of blood found on Detective Gumshoe's locker?
But no fingerprints were found on it, right?
No, but I figured if I examined it scientifically, I'd be sure to find a clue. So, I ran over there and looked at it again.
So did you find something?
No.
Huh?
Sorry, I guess I'm not much of a scientific investigator after all.
Okay, I don't know how this is helping us. Are you still there? Are you?
Me?
Yeah. Is that all?
Please don't be mad. I'm just a high school student.
And I'm just an attorney, okay? So, but, like, what is your evidence then?
But, Mr. Wright, those traces of blood are the only clue we have. If we can't find something wrong with them... please, Mr. Wright, you're a professional. I'm not yet. I will be. If anyone can save Lana, it's you.
Me? Oh, boy.
Time's up. Now then, Mr. Wright. With regard to the incident at the police department, does any reasonable doubt remain?
It appears the defense is troubled by the other blood mark. Looking at the floor plans, a handprint was discovered around here. Is there a problem with this?
Mr. Wright, I'm sorry. I can't be of more use. But still... if you can't find anything wrong with that blood mark, Lana will be...
Please answer my question, Mr. Wright. We don't have all day.
Yes, Your Honor. If I ever needed to concentrate, it's now. What could be wrong with that handprint on Detective Gumshoe's locker?
Can you remember?
Well,
Can you remember what the problem is?
it is... Hang on.
Think about the video that we watched several times. The key is in that.
Well, I'm just trying to think of, like, we didn't see anybody touch or go to that locker, of course.
And why do you think we wouldn't have seen that?
Because the blue badger was in front of it.
Oh, almost like they couldn't get to that locker because the blue badger was in front of it?
Yeah, so that means that blood mark happened at another time, hence all the blood that was there. So see, I still believe that Goodman was killed here and transported. Like, was killed...
Oh, I think chat hears you tapping on the desk.
Oh, sorry.
So yeah, let's keep going, but you have an idea of what...
Yeah. Could there be something I'm missing? Yeah.
You should definitely object.
This handprint left at the crime scene clearly shows a contradiction.
The only thing that seems clear is your grasping, Mr. Wright. I already won. Can't you give me this?
No, I can't, because you haven't won.
You've taken my spotless record from me. Can't I have one?
No. You've been staring pretty intently at those floor plans. Tell me, is there a problem with them?
Yes, this is strange. Take a good look at these floor plans. Something is missing.
Missing? You mean something hasn't been drawn on there?
Yes, something that, when drawn, will completely change the meaning of the blood marks.
Let us pray the defense isn't simply trying to buy time. Very well,
We
Mr.
could
Wright.
be doing that and providing real evidence.
With all this evidence here, there's got to be something I can use. Yeah.
The question is, which item can prove something is missing on the floor plans?
It's the video.
No, it's not the video.
So just show the blue badger itself?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the thing that should have been there. Should be drawn there because it changes things. What about that piece of plywood?
The Blue Badger, mascot of the police force.
Oh.
Defender of truth, guardian of proof.
Explain yourself, Mr. Wright.
Please look at the floor plans of the crime scene. The Blue Badger is not here.
So?
So watch what happens when we put him in. This is where he was dancing at the time of the crime. Well,
What?
that's right.
no.
So long as the Blue Badger is dancing here, it would be impossible to place a handprint at this spot on the locker.
Couldn't just let me have this. What?
So that means, just what exactly does that mean?
It means it can't be done.
What are you saying? Blood traces were undeniably found on that locker.
Don't look at me. I didn't put it there.
Mr. Wright, think it through scientifically.
Emma.
On that afternoon, Officer Meekins was the one who brought the Blue Badger to the evidence room, right? After he put it down, it would be impossible to leave a handprint on that locker.
So that must mean this blood mark was left there before the Blue Badger was brought in.
Just one moment. I will not allow such far-fetched balderdash in my courtroom.
Balderdash?
It may sound far-fetched, Your Honor, but it's the only possible explanation. On February 21st, in the police department's evidence room, blood was spilled not once, but twice.
But how?
One time was captured on this tape taken by the security camera. Officer Meekins cut his hands, from which a trivial amount of blood fell. The problem is the other time. Someone bled prior to this struggle shown on this tape. It had to have been Detective Goodman when he was really murdered.
That's ridiculous. I refuse to accept your absurd claim.
The murder portrayed in the security tape has been proven to be a fake. However, that does not explain the blood mark found on the locker.
So then, assuming this murder you purport really happened, when did it take place? I demand you show evidence that proves when it occurred.
When did the first incident occur?
To summarize, the defense claims that prior to Officer Meekins being cut by Jake Marshall, who was posing as Detective Goodman, another incident took place in that evidence room.
That's right. The blood mark on the locker proves
You
this.
should say.
Very well,
Same.
then tell us.
Yeah, I think we should look at...
We'll save, and then he'll probably pull up the evidence window, and then you wouldn't be able to save. That's why I was saying to do it now.
Yeah.
Very
so now
well,
click.
then tell us.
What do you want me to click? Just keep
Oh,
going?
yeah, just click. Yeah.
When did this first incident occur? As Mr. Edgeworth said, proof must be presented.
Proof that shows when the murder took place. I think the ID card thing.
Yeah.
There's only one piece of evidence that can show that. Do I
Just keep
pushing?
clicking. I think they're gonna pull the window up.
Now then, will the defense please present its evidence? what shows when the first crime took place?
All right, so wait, where is...
Second page, I think, for that list.
Okay.
So that one?
Yes.
ID card record. If that's what you want to present, go for it.
Okay, hang on. So, I think... Wait. Miles.
Because Meekins is 450, which is when the Blue Badger would have been brought in.
I think it was this unidentified one right here at 4:20.
Interesting.
Yep. Yep. And that's when it was at 4:20, which means the time that he was killed, that's almost an hour difference. It's a 30-minute drive.
Right.
So there was plenty of time. Okay, hang on. So I click on. Is that it?
yeah, just present. Yeah.
Okay. Dang it. Sorry. Okay.
You have to push
highlight
present.
it and then present. Okay.
Yeah, you got it.
If the crime took place inside the evidence room, then the killer would have had to enter it. And in order to do so, an ID card would have been required.
An ID card? Oh, the ID card record.
Officer Meekins brought the Blue Badger panel into the evidence room at, let's see here, 4:50 p.m.
This is the judge.
Oh, sorry.
Let's see here, 4:50 p.m. If the crime took place before that time, then it would be 4:40 p.m. Miles Edgeworth? Just what have you done?
I never would have figured you had the nerve, boy.
Don't think it.
Drop the act, witness. It doesn't take a lot of thought to figure out it couldn't have been me. Nope, I ain't getting it.
I'm afraid I don't understand either.
It's clear from the luminol test that blood was there. However, when the second crime took place, both Officer Meekins and Officer Marshall failed to notice the blood.
That means the blood from the first crime was wiped away by the real murderer.
I would have had just 10 minutes to murder the victim, carry his body away, and clean up the blood. Unfortunately, that's physically impossible.
That would mean the crime must have taken place before Miles Edgeworth entered the evidence room.
Let's look at the chart again. There's only one other card number remaining, 77777777.
Talk about a lucky number.
But wait, that doesn't make sense. How could Detective Goodman have entered the evidence room?
Since there's no record of his card being used beforehand, he must have entered along with the real murderer. That's the only plausible explanation. He went in with 77777777.
Mr. Edgeworth, please look into this ASAP. Find out whose ID number is 7777777777.
That's one 7 too many, Your Honor. Unfortunately, I'm unable to look up the owner of that ID card. At least at present.
What?
Explain yourself, son. The ID number 77777777 belongs to someone with a rank of captain or higher. Someone who is a so-called executive officer. We don't have the authority to inquire into such a person's identity.
But that's ridiculous. Just how...
I'm not finished talking, Mr. Wright.
Oh.
You're always so rude. There is one situation in which we can be granted such authority.
If an official charge filed against an executive is accepted.
An official charge?
You're all alike, aren't you? With your cover-ups and your forgeries. That's how the prosecutor's office operates. I take pride in my work, Officer Marshall. I would appreciate it if you would keep your slander to yourself. Slander, is it? Okay. Let me ask a question. Yes? No, not to you, to her, the defendant sitting over there. Your own little executive.
Lana?
Don't be stupid. She's been charged with murder. Of course we've looked up her ID number. And it's not, I'm not saying all those sevens all the time. It's very tiring.
Fair.
Don't play me for a fool, partner. That's not what I want to ask. All I want to know is one thing about that incident.
The SL9 incident?
Answer me this, Chief Prosecutor. In that trial 2 years ago, did you really only use legitimate evidence? Do you need the witness to repeat his question, Chief Prosecutor?
I heard him fine, Mr. Edgeworth.
2 years ago, I was in charge of the prosecution for that trial. At the time,
Occasionally, we felt the powerlessness of the law. At least, I did.
Lana?
I became a prosecutor in order to suppress crime with the law. But before I realized it, we were the ones being suppressed by the law.
Defendant, just what are you saying?
I'll ask you again, Chief Prosecutor. During that trial 2 years ago, did you really present all the evidence in court? Can you look me, an investigator in that crime, in the eye and say that you did?
Chief Prosecutor, you didn't...
I don't have to, Officer Marshall.
Why won't you answer him?
Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to. We did what we had to in order to get him the verdict he deserved.
But Lana?
Even if it involved forging evidence.
See, that's what I'm talking about. No. No!
Order! 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 Order!
Lana's remarks caused such occur. The case in the courtroom could not be quelled. The conclusion of the trial would have to wait until the following day.
Dun,
Dun, dun, dun. To be continued.
Phoenix will never get actually, he will get a regular case. It's the one at the beginning of the next game, and it sucks.
Oh, wait, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
No, generally, no, he doesn't, because that wouldn't be fun. Even that one's not regular. Oh, chat's just being like, will Phoenix ever get a regular case? And the answer is, not really.
Alright, I don't okay. Alright.
Oh, hi, Pumpkin.
I did hear one of your kitty cats earlier. Oh, why is it I hope the stream is not as blurry as I'm seeing it. Is the stream blurry for you guys, or is it just my computer screen over there?
I think it's alright.
I hope it is.
I think it's fine.
Okay.
Well, we had an extra long one today, but we did finish.
Yeah.
We'll finish the full thing up in 2025.
Oh, wow. This is extra long. Okay. I know. So you guys, well, I definitely got Lana not convicted today.
Yeah.
And
put it off another day.
And I'm glad to know that Marshall is not. It's probably. I mean, I don't think Marshall is the murderer. So that's good.
Yeah.
It's really sad that
it seems unlikely.
Killed. It's really sad that his brother was killed.
Yeah, he's not okay about it. Clearly.
Very
Though the
sad.
picture we get of them all working around the table insinuates that he was doing the cowboy shtick before that. So it's not like that's a coping mechanism or anything.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. Well, gosh.
But my personal headcanon is that the cowboy shtick is entirely a fabrication on his part. He just likes doing it, but it's not actually indicative of his voice.
Yeah, no, I love how the voice changed, and I love his voice. I love how it changed. I also love
thank
Edgeworth's
you.
voice, and
Thanks, I love doing Edgeworth.
I'm glad we ended because that last order whatever was like too much on my throat.
I know,
yeah.
we're both getting tired.
Yeah. But this is so much fun, you guys. All right, gosh, it's gonna be hard to wait 2 weeks to find out. So, do you think it's gonna be like 2 more episodes before we finish? Or do you think we're going to finish next time?
That's my guess, because you have an investigation and then another trial, which will also like have 2 parts.
Okay.
As they've had, so.
Okay.
Actually, I think it has 3 parts.
Oh, wow, okay.
This is a long case.
Okay.
But anyways, yeah, you've got an investigation and a trial.
Okay, so maybe 2 or 3 more streams to finish this case.
I think so.
Well, everyone...
It'll be good, then.
Well, everyone, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Merry Christmas. I hope you have a fabulous...
And happy holidays
if
you do other things.
A fabulous 2025 New Year's. And yeah, fabulous holidays, whatever you celebrate. We just wish you lots of love and fun.
Yeah.
And fellowship and just wonderful times with you and yours. So, yeah.
Happy
All
holidays
right,
and bye.
Yeah, and see everybody in 2025. Bye.